Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial on Photoshop. We're going to look at some photo compositing today, which just means sticking two pictures together to make it look like one. What I'm going to try and do today is get this froggy here and get his eyes and stick them on this apple to make a frog-apple combination. I guess we could call it a frapple, or froggle, something like that. Anyway, so the first thing to do is just get the frog from his own picture here and stick him on the apple. Oh, by the way, I've chosen these two pictures because they got similar colours. You see how the apple and the frog are the same shade of red? That's going to make merging them together so much easier. So try and do that when you're choosing your pictures. Okay, so to get the frog onto the apple, then all I've got to do is use my selection tool, just click, hold, and just drag him on. And you see I get a plus sign there. Let go. And boom, the frog is there, and the frog is massive. Okay, I'll get rid of this frog now, I don't need him. The frog is quite clearly absolutely massive. I'm just gonna no, sorry, I didn't mean that. So I'm just gonna drag this until it docks, which is there. Right, okay. So I've got to get this frog a bit smaller, so I do that using the transform tool, and the shortcut for that is Control T, Command T on the Mac, which is what all the tutorial friends say. And as I resize, of course, I am going to hold down Shift to constrain proportions, meaning I won't squash the frog or stretch the frog or anything like that, just constraining proportions. Okay, there we go. It's getting, whoops. I think I let go of Shift too soon then, and he went wonky. So let go of the mouse first, then Shift. Alright, we're getting there, look. Nearly fits. Now to get him the right size, I'm just going to take the opacity down to about 50. And now I can see where I need my frog to be. I think he's still a little too big, so I'm just going to take him down a bit more. Move him up. Yeah, I think we're getting there. Let's a little bit more, maybe. Yeah, about there. Yeah, okay, press enter to apply those changes, and I'm going to just take this back up to 100%. Alright, now what I need to do now is I need to get rid of all the bits of the frog that I don't want. So in order to do that, I'm going to use something called a layer mask, and to apply a layer mask to my frog layer here, just go down to this button down here which says, if you hover, well, it normally says add layer mask, and you can see now this white square has appeared. So that means this frog has a white mask over the top of it, and when you're using masks, anything that is white shows through and anything that is black is masked. So if I just get a paintbrush, and that's my paintbrush there, and make sure it's on black, which it is, if I just paint a big black line across here now, look, you can see the frog disappears, but only where, if you look over here where the mask is, only where I've drawn that black line. The black line doesn't look black, it just masks out the bit of the frog that I don't want. Now this is okay while I'm doing these easy bits here, but when I get up around the eyes, I've got to be a bit more careful. And I also don't want this nasty sort of hard line here. So I'm going to do two things. First of all, I've got to get rid of all this background. So to do that, I'm going to select my frog and then delete, or mask off what's not my frog. So I'm going to use this tool here, the quick select tool. I'm just going to start selecting just by clicking and dragging, and selecting all this frog stuff. And hopefully it will select the frog and not that background. Whoop! See, that went a bit far, but it's alright, because when that happens, you can hold down the Alt key and your plus turns into a minus, and now you can get rid of the bits you don't want. Okay, that's okay. Just get rid of that bit there. Alright. Now around this eye it's all a bit bad, so I'm going to use Refine Edge, and I'm going to use this paintbrush here and just paint over that edge, and hopefully it will make a better job of finding the edge. There you are, look at that. That's okay, isn't it? Let's just turn on a smart radius. Just make that a bit wider. Shift the edge out a bit. There, I think that's a pretty good go. So I'll say OK. That will give me a good selection. Now, I can only paint inside the selection, which is not what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is now flip it round and invert the selection with Control, Shift, I. Now what I've got selected is everything but the frog. So if I grab my paintbrush now, I can just slap on a load of black and get rid of all that stuff I don't want. Okay, Control D will deselect, and now I can just go in and keep painting until I'm happy that I've got rid of all that stuff. Now what I would do is in this bit here where it's gone a bit mucky, I would get right in close with my magnifying glass like that, and I will just tidy that up very carefully by hand. But I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to waste your time. You can do that when you're doing it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is get my black brush again, but this time I'm going to make it very, very soft. So I'm going to take the hardness all the way down to 0, and that will give me a very fuzzy edge, so that as I come in and paint, I get a nice soft edge. And you can see just by painting on this mask, I can create quite a good effect. If I make my brush a little bigger, I can make it even softer. Just be very careful we don't go too far. There. Now for a quick little thing, I think that's quite good. If I spend some more time on it, I'm going to tidy up around the eyes. It's all those little details that make the difference, but there we go. Simple photo compositing, 2 images, similar colours, use a layer mask and just paint out all the stuff you don't want. Okay, give it a go. I'm going to do a whole series of these, and I'm going to call them fruit animals or franimals. There, I've invented a new invention. Okay, thanks for watching.